Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thought I'd give you a tour of our 2019 Ford Transit Connect XLT long wheelbase camper van, as if that wasn't enough acronyms to throw in there. So we bought this brand new 2019 with the intent of taking it cross country to go out to Yellowstone, and we wanted a way to be able to not have to have hotel rooms and things like that as we went across, and we really like being out in the nature at campsites and stuff like that, but want something that could carry a lot of gear with us, we could live out of, eat out of. I don't like eating out a lot. And then also let us get really good gas mileage. So we get about 30 miles per gallon on the freeway with this guy, about 25, 24 in the city, which is excellent even before the whole fuel crisis thing that started going on. Now it's even better. Yeah, so we want something that's really versatile, and this checked the box for us. So yeah, I'm excited to show you guys this. Let's take a look. Okay, so we'll start with the business end of everything here. So this box here allows us to carry a refrigerator with us. We use just a Yeti 45 liter cooler, 7 gallons of water, and then we have our pull-out kitchenette. Okay, so our kitchenette here is on 2 drawer slides. I forget exactly how heavy duty these guys are, but it's definitely over 500 pounds. We bought really heavy duty ones, and they're locking, so it's not going to come out while you're driving. It stays stable. So you just push down, and then it's very easy to just pull this all the way out. You can do it with one finger. So within here, we've built in some storage. We just use these little Tupperware bins here. This houses a lot of our hiking gear, some of our shower gear, coffee, and then we have all of our cookware in a separate one as well. Wilderness wash. Make sure you're not putting contaminated water, with suds in it, onto the ground if you're out camping. And then we have a little camp stove. You can use a Coleman or something. We've got this one called a Eureka. It's just a 2-burner stove. Pretty simple setup. And then we've got more under storage here. So underneath here, I put this foam thing and kind of cut some holes through it so everything will stay nice and stable while you're going. Always need glass cleaner. This stuff is great. And then got a portable fire extinguisher just in case. And then I built these so that they can hold either the disposable, I think they're, 1 pound propane canisters. These are actually 2 refillable ones that we use personally, and that works really well for us. I also built in a lot of these eyelets for holding things in. I haven't found them actually be that necessary. Yeah, this works out pretty well for us. 7 gallons of water. We have a second one that we can put in another spot as well. But if you're at a campground or something like that, there's always potable water to fill up, especially if you're going to the national parks. So we haven't found that to be an issue. And the Yeti cooler is great as it doubles as a seat. So you've got your whole cook setup and seat while you're out here. And you might notice a little bit earlier, but we also have a Goal Zero. I think that one's a 1400, and that fits right behind the Yeti, so we have power as well. All right. This also came with the factory installed Thule roof rack system with the crossbars. We haven't put anything up there, but it's always a great option. Put some bikes, a Thule rack, extra storage. We decided that was a little bit too high off the ground for us, so we went ahead and designed a system in here on the back of the second row seats that you can actually lock your front fork of your bikes into these T-rails, and you can lock your bikes in this way. So with this configuration, we can actually fit 2 road bikes in here. Mountain bike might be a little large, but if you take off one of the back wheels, it might work out all right. But 2 road bikes for both of us fit in here perfectly fine. And then this actually holds dual functionality, where it'll also be the support system for the bed that I'll show in just a minute here. You can kind of see the back here, but we removed the third row seats in order to make room for this platform, this box. The third row seats on this actually will fold flat all the way, and then there's a piece that folds on top of the second row seats when you have them in the far down position like they're in right now, and it'll actually create a stable platform all the way across. We wanted to actually build in a kitchenette area though, and some extra storage and a place for our refrigerator. And so because of that, we took those out. They're brand new, never even used them. So kind of the biggest question that I get asked with this is, how do you sleep? There's obviously enough room in here to sleep, but how exactly does that work? So let me go ahead and put these back on in, and I'll show you how we set them up. Alright, so when I built this, I wanted the ability to still be able to take at least 4 people with us. And we've taken 4 people, a large dog, and everyone's camping gear in here, which is great because you just stack up all the camping gear right in here. The chairs fold back, and then you've got room for 2 people there and a dog to sit on the ground as well. So I wanted that flexibility and functionality, but obviously I also wanted to be able to use this as a camper van. So this box holds an entire another platform on top here that can push forward and lock into place. So let me go ahead and show you that. Only takes like a few minutes, or like a minute to set it up. Much easier if you have 2 people with you, but I secure it really well in place so that it can't possibly move during driving at all. Okay, so right in here we've got these little, I forget what they're called, like eyelets, something like that. We've got these little things here, and basically they screw in and hold it on both sides. So some of them are a little bit hard for me with my fat fingers to undo. My wife, she can get her hands in there really easily. But I'd prefer to know that it's completely secure and not moving anywhere than risk it flying if we ever got into an accident. Okay, and then there's also 2 more on this side here. That'd be on tighter. And the last one. Okay, and with those removed, all that needs to happen is this guy can now fully slide on top and come forward. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to move the back seats up into their slightly higher position. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so when we built this platform here for the bikes, I knew I needed it to be sturdy so that you can put your full weight on here, not have anything go wrong. Also store things on here, but then we also made it so you can actually access the full functionality of the seats. So made some holes to bring the whole thing up, and then it will lock into place. I got it the first try there, which is great. To weasel my way back on out. Alright, and then from here, all that needs to happen is to slide this guy on top of that support. And using these little eyelets again, and the same tie downs that I used for keeping it in a storage place, you can put those and it'll clamp it here and here on both sides. And then there's also another one of those right on back in here to go to the main box, and so that holds it completely in place. So when we travel a lot, we just kind of leave it in this spot. We leave our bed, our mattress that we use is just a crash pad used for bouldering or climbing. It's a trifold and it fits perfectly in here. My wife thinks it's really comfortable. I do not. I actually have to put another pad or mattress on top of it. So yeah, you know, whatever you want to do, foam pad, just as simple or as extravagant as you want to get with it, it really allows you to do that. And then what's great, once this is all set up like this, is that each person has a little like shelf on each side with a place for like water, earplugs, put your phone, and then you also have storage area right down here as well. I just have some oil in there right now. I always bring extra oil with us, you never know. Yeah, this is enough room for 2 adults to sleep very comfortably. I think someone who's probably about 6 foot could sleep in here quite comfortably, even longer if you push the front seat forward. Alright, and then as you can see, that gives us extra room to store a couple things under there, and then we usually will store some things down here. Take that out of there. So what's really neat is underneath here, I can boost the light a little bit. There's an additional storage cubby right on down in there, so we use that for kind of the road things that you normally don't need, but you want to have with you all the time. So for us, like duct tape, and you always gotta have duct tape with you, stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back, and then I'll fold the seats all the way up so you can see how passengers can sit back there. Alright, and then in order to put the seats up, typically like to remove the fork mounts for doing that. I think this one's an okay position, but I need to remove the one on the other side first. Just throw it in there. And then all you need to do is grab these other 2 loops. And it comes all the way back up. Alright, so, and then this stabilizing board is very easy to remove. You can just pull the headrest up and it's held in place by the headrest. I would never make a passenger ride back here with this sitting right there next to their neck, and then it stores right behind. Yeah, that's worked really well for us. Alright, then a neat little feature that comes standard with the Ford Transit is it has a 120 volt, 150 watt inverter in here. So when you're running the car, You can actually plug your laptop directly in, and then the rear passengers also have their own climate control, which you can turn on or off also from the front. All right, then my wife sewed up some Velcro on this blackout curtain here. It's just a pretty simple curtain, and all you have to do if you want to actually see the back and not have it completely blocked off is just roll it on up, and the Velcro here will attach and hold. You can do that all the way across. It's been a long time since I've pulled it up. With just the two of us, I tend to just kind of leave it. Lets me keep stuff in the back without having to worry about it when we park in the city and stuff like that. But for the purpose right now, I'll go ahead and roll her all on up. So we talked about versatility, but also drivability was very high on why we purchased this van in the first place. So let's talk about that. So this van has a lot of features that a much higher end vehicle would have. Typically you're finding people buying cargo vans, which are workhorse machines, and they don't come with a lot of features, and that's why people build them out, because they're cheap to build. This was cheaper than buying a brand new bare bone stripped out workhorse vehicle, and it comes with things like adaptive cruise control, auto sensor, windshield wipers, auto high beams, parking sensors for both the front and the rear, a backup camera, getting 30 miles per gallon on the freeway, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and it also has navigation. Not a subscription base, just straight old navigation if you're in a rural area and you're not getting cell service and you didn't download the maps beforehand on Google. It's great. It also has a inverter in here for, I think it's like 150 watts or something like that inverter. So nothing a lot, but you can charge up your computer or your phone using that. So let me go ahead and start it up and show you guys kind of the features. Alright, so you can see there we've got just under 35,000 miles on the van, and it's shown right here that it has a lane keep assist. So the lane keep assist controls are right over here. You can turn it off, turn it on. I love it. It doesn't just like vibrate the steering wheel like in some cars. It actually will gently nudge you back into the center of the lane. You can control how, if you want it to do that or not, or if you just want it to like ding at you. I like the little gentle like nudge. I've actually gotten used to driving with it, which is maybe kind of a bad thing. It can be annoying in a construction zone. So if I see a construction zone coming up ahead, I just go ahead and I turn it off and I turn it back on if I remember afterwards. Not the biggest thing in the world, but it's definitely a handy feature. And then looking right on over here, you got the adaptive cruise control. So you got your cancel. This sets how close to the car in front of you want to get, and then on off and your typical like set plus minus for speed. And I know some people are real hesitant with the adaptive cruise control. People are hesitant when cruise control came out, but for me, after like the first week of using it, I use it pretty much all the time I'm on the freeway now. It really works well. The only thing, you're the driver. If there's traffic merging in, probably best to kind of like hit the brake to turn it off, or hit cancel and take control so that you can adjust your speed. It can't see that there's traffic coming in. It can only see what's in front of you. It does a really good job of seeing what's in front of you. but you're still the driver. Yep, so here's kind of what I was talking about with the navigation. So we got the built-in navigation right here, which works really well. Sometimes it works even better than Google Maps, because when you're getting close to an exit, it'll actually show you on here. It'll push off your digital speedometer off to the side, and it'll show you that you're going to turn right in like 1 mile or something like that, which is real handy. So this guy is showing all of your like fuel mileages. You got different options in the vehicle that you can change. Compass, and this is your lane keep assist. And then this guy here you can set up to be a whole bunch of different things. I just like to keep it pretty simple and keep the digital speedometer. I hardly even like glance over at the manual one anymore. So one really cool feature here that my wife really appreciates is that we have dual climate control, so she can be cold or hot and I can be cold or hot, and it works really well for us. So you got an eco mode right here. I don't know if it actually saves you any gas. I just like driving with it because I don't like a touchy gas pedal. And then you can turn your parking sensors on or off. And then you've got auto start stop on or off as well, which I leave it on. It helps save fuel. It doesn't do it every time you come to a stop like some vehicles. It does it on more rare occasion, but that works perfectly fine for me. Yeah, so that's most what I wanted to point out in here. When you look up above here, you've got places for sunglasses. You can look back, and I guess if you have kids or a pet back there, you can glance back at them. You've got so much room up here, so this goes all the way forward here. You can shove jackets, gloves, food, all sorts of stuff up there. And then these sunshades are massive, like for real. They are huge. And the reason is because this windshield is absolutely massive, and you need that in order to really block out the light. And that's one thing we really liked about this, is being able to have just like excellent visibility all the way around. You also have an auto dimming rear view mirror. I haven't really been able to use it very much because we keep everything blacked out in the back. That's just how we utilize the van. Yeah, so we've had no issues with the van, and it's been a great vehicle for us. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's our tour of our 2019 Ford Transit Connect. We've owned it the whole time. It's been a great vehicle, but we're moving on to a different setup, because we're hoping this finds a good owner that's going to really utilize its functionality and maybe enhance its functionality beyond what we have. One thing I haven't mentioned is we do still have those third row seats. They've never been used, so they're brand new. So of course we'll be including that in the sale as well. And I'll put a link below to the places that I'm going to be listing it. Send us an offer, and worst thing we can say is no, and yeah, let us know a little bit about what you're looking to use it for, and if you have any concerns, and I can talk you through it, because I know the vehicle really well. Alright, thank you guys. See you next time.